Welcome to Sprout Updates. I am Tolulope Olabode. Sprout Updates is a program that has been designed, to chronicle the activities of the different youth programs that we have in IITA. And if this is your first time of joining, you're welcome. Today we'll be considering the role of agripreneurship in poverty reduction and job creation in Africa. You don't want to miss this episode. And we have a professional in that field in the house who is going to take us through that topic. He's going to introduce himself. But before we do that, let's go on a very short break. Welcome to Sprout Updates once again. Thank you for honoring this invitation. I know you, but I'm so sure our audience would want to know you. Can you introduce yourself, please?
Thank you so much. My name is Idowu Oshun. I am a business development expert and I work with IITA Youth in Agribusiness Office. So IITA Youth in Agribusiness Office is a unit at IITA where we work with the youths, exposing them to lots of opportunities within the agribusiness industry. And this unit started about 12 years ago by the former Director General when he observed that at the beginning of every month, they usually have this traffic at IITA gate at the beginning of every month, people scampering to get casual jobs. So when he discovered that some of these people were graduates, but because of the high rate of unemployment, so that was how he started the program. He brought some of them together, started training them, and that was how it started. And now it has expanded to what operates in about 18 African countries. So where we work with youths, different commodities, exposing them to a lot of opportunities there. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, so I'm going to ask you agripreneurship. What is the role of agripreneurship in poverty reduction, job creation, and then, economic boosting in Africa?
Yeah, the agripreneurship is a very, very important concept, and it stems from entrepreneurship. But what agripreneurship means is, bringing business into agriculture. The normal concept, the common concept we have is agriculture, but now we talk about agribusiness, where we bring profit making into agricultural practices. So in agripreneurship, what we focus on is taking it beyond doing the practice of agriculture, but now making profit from it. So that's all about agripreneurship, ensuring that people that get involved in the industry, they make profit. Because the gone are those days where the story is like there's no money in agriculture, no money in, people are discouraged, they don't want to come into agriculture. But what we preach these days is taking it beyond the practices. So it's about agribusiness, it's about making money, it's about making better life out of it. And it plays a very important role in solving problem of unemployment, in solving problem of hunger, and solving the problem of poverty. What it is about, two track ways we have. One is the entrepreneurship track, where we have our beneficiaries going to establish and also to expand their own agribusiness enterprises. And the second track is the employment track, because we discovered, the initial focus was encouraging youth to start business, create their own businesses, but we later discovered that some of them are actually interested in getting paid job. So now we have this second track that supports them build their capacity so that they are better positioned for their preferred or desired job. So our unit, the IITA Youth in Agribusiness Office, has contributed to poverty reduction in a lot of ways. I can tell you that more than 7,000 youths have established their own agribusiness enterprises. More than 3,000 youths have gained good jobs with our interventions. So we've contributed to poverty reduction, because you agree with me that that number being reduced from the pool of youth involved in unemployment, is a great success for us. And taking it to the individual level, I can mention names of individual youths or even groups of youth, clusters of youth that have established their own agribusiness enterprises, and they are doing very well, very well. We have them across all locations where we operate in different countries. I can talk about Edmond in Tanzania. I can talk about, we have Sheun in Nigeria. We have a lot of them in different countries. So we have good success in that.
Oh, that's very good. Before I ask my next question, can you mention the places, the areas that you have businesses or you have impact?
Location presently, we work in different African countries. It started in Nigeria, like I said earlier, but now it has expanded to different African countries, implementing different programs and projects. Like now, the TAT program, for instance, the Enable Youth program under the TAT big program stems, from the IITA Youth Agripreneurship program.
Okay.
Yeah, it was built on that. So the model of operation, everything is centered on our home mode of operation as well. And we operate in different, we are involved in other projects across different African countries. We operate in Zambia, Tanzania, Uganda, DRC, Zimbabwe, Sierra Leone, different countries like that. Yeah, that's where we're, and we work in different agricultural commodities and the value chain. We take the value chain approach to work in each commodities what we do. Okay. So we do a lot of commodities, the crops or the animals production. We do different commodities, but we take the value chain approach because, like what we preach, there are lots of opportunities involved in each commodity value chain. So we don't just work with those that are into primary production alone. We also work with them across the value chain, including the processing, be it primary processing or secondary processing, in transportation, in marketing and distribution, in storage, all those opportunities. So that's what we do.
Okay. So with your experience, what are those challenges that you can, share with us that youth in agriculture face? And then, the fear of starting my own business. I don't want to go into it.
The challenge is, I'll start with the mindset on the side of the youth. The mindset is the fundamental or the number one problem that we face, because it's a very difficult, for youths, for African youths to just wake up and say, I want to become a farmer. It starts from growing up. When the parents will be praying for them, you become a doctor, you become a lawyer. That's where it started from, you understand? So then some of us, like the kind of school that some of us attended, where coming late or any punishment is sent you to school farm, you understand? So we see agriculture as punishment, and to make the matter worse, the way the media presents agriculture is not interesting. Because they will show one old man with tattered clothes, hanging his hose on his shoulder and looking poor and wretched. Nobody wants to go into that, you understand? So the mindset is a problem, number one. And another thing about many African youth is the entitlement mindset. They want to believe that once you invite them, even the training is adding a lot to them, but this entitlement that they should give us, they should. That's number one problem. Another fundamental problem is in the area of access to finance. this is serious because the commercial banks that we have, the different financial institutions that we work with, they give very how do I put it, ridiculous, not convenient conditions. For instance, now you want to get loan for agribusiness across the different countries where we work. The interest rate is high. They ask you to bring collateral. They ask you to bring a lot of things that even if the youth can afford it, you will not even need to come and seek for the loan in the first instance. So that has been a serious issue for us. And then another problem is in the area of access to land and things like that. You know, there are cases where youths want to go into farm, but they don't have the land. You know, some of them grew up in the urban areas. Now to get the land to do their business, it's a problem. But we've been finding solutions to some of these things in that, one, we do a lot of negotiations, a lot of search for financial institutions that can give convenient loans, lots of negotiations on behalf of the youth, and we've been able to identify some of these institutions that are giving something considerably better than the initial offers we had in the first instance. And then now we work with governments, and that has been helpful in the area of facilitating access to land and other facilities like that. We have cases where youth have access to government facilities to even run their business for a start before they go out to go and expand what they do. Like the partnership we have with Oyo State government at Awe, we have that access to that 210 hectares, and now we have some youth running their own business on the facility, at least for a start. Later on, they take it out to go and expand elsewhere. And the another thing we are trying to work on these days in the area of the policies across the countries. You know, we don't have those favorable policies, especially for youth in agribusiness. So we work with government to see how we can influence the policymakers to make some very favorable policies that would encourage youth to have better results, to have soft landing, to find it better navigating their paths through agribusiness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for that. So I'm going to ask you another question now, and it's regarding skill sets or you know, specific skills or knowledge areas that are crucial for agripreneurship.
Yeah.
To you know, to succeed. What are those?
You see, for anybody to succeed in agribusiness, now the old ways, okay, let's say the old ways, people never even go for any training or even build their skills in any way. But when skill acquisition started coming into agribusiness, it was more focusing on technical skills development. But what we do in our case at IITA is taking it beyond just technical skills development, but now we include business skills, we include soft skills. Now, technical skills will only help you to know the basics of how to do the business. Is it the commodity? I mean, is it crop production, or is it animal production, or is it the processing? It's just helping them to know how to do their business, the technical skills involved, the vocational skills involved. But in entrepreneurship and business management skills, it helps them. This is where we professionalize agripreneurship. Now, taking it beyond just being able to do the technical skills, but now bringing the business skills into it. Start with business planning, start with how to know to count your costs. So before you even go into it, you must have an idea of what are you expecting. So that's what makes the major difference. Then another thing we do is the soft skill development, because they deal with human beings. One of the important resources we work with is human beings, and that's the most difficult resource to handle. So soft skills will help them in developing their skills to relate with other human beings as employees, as suppliers, as the buyers they work with, customers like that. So these are the things, these are the skills which we build. Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. That's very insightful.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Viewers, we are going to continue, but before we do that, let's go on this short break. You're welcome back, and the program is still Sprouts Update on IITA TV. I remain Tolu Lope Olabode, and in the house today we have Mr. Idowu Osho. So we go on to the next question, Mr. Idowu. So when we talk about modern technologies and innovative, being innovative,
Yeah.
how important is
This is very, very important because we work with youth, and these people are, it's like they are twins, the youth and technology. You understand? So they are very conversant with technologies, and bringing innovation and technology into agribusiness helps a lot. It helps to explore more opportunities across the value chain. I give you an example. Those days when you hear about spraying farms or measuring farms or even surveying farms, there was nothing about drones. But these days we bring drones into all these things. With drones you can take the coordinates, we can even come up with the farm map. With drones we can examine the crops on the field. With drones we can spray. With drones we do a lot of things, even apply some chemicals and like that. So innovation and technology plays important roles. Another thing is we have some youth that because of the technology they are exposed to, they are able to play very important roles in agribusiness. For instance, now, when we talk about graphic design, these days we talk about packaging, we talk about branding. That plays a very important role. That's why you will see branding these days. It's more fascinating, it's more attractive, it's better than what we used to have those days. So innovation and technology also goes into even the technical skills, the way we do things now. Now, take for instance now, talking about production. We talk about vertical farming these days, which means that even youth in the urban area can go into vegetable production. You understand? They can add their little space at the backyard, begin to grow some vegetables, and they harvest at interval. Every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, they go to the market. We talk about use of screen houses or greenhouses in urban areas. Different technologies, different innovations like that. It's helping a lot because it helps us to explore more opportunities. It brings more productivity. It reduces the cost and brings more profitability into it. And it's helping us to attract more youth into agribusiness. It goes into even other aspects of business like record keeping, like the everything that has to do with accounting related works. All these technologies make things easier for us, and it's helping us to have more youth involved, more youth interested in agribusiness.
That's so good to know that improvements, technology is it. Let me just put it that way. It is. It is. So I'm going to ask you my last question, and it has to do with IITA's future plans, in making more people come into agribusiness. And it is, as you said, it helps in transforming the economy of any society. So what is the plan of IITA?
Yeah, you see, primarily these days we spend more of our resources on advocacies. Yeah, the advocacy is something we're focusing on, and we want to do more of that. Then another thing is we are increasing our partnership with government and with other partners. We realize that working with partners helps us a lot to achieve more. You understand? It helps us even to reach more to more youth. And also part of our plan is to still expand our scope in terms of the coverage, taking it beyond even Africa. we still have more countries to cover in Africa, even taking it beyond Africa, and the scope in terms of the commodities and value chain and everything we work with now. Increasing the scope is also part of our vision. Also increasing all those new technologies like that. So these are the things we are doing in the moment, and we have good hope that in the nearest future we'll be able to increase our achievements far more than what we have at the moment.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much
for honoring this invitation and then sharing your views with youth out there.
Yeah.
Thank you very much once again, and I appreciate you coming here.
Thank you so much. I'm also happy to be here.
Thank you. Now we have come to the end of today's episode. Thank you for joining us. Do not hesitate to join us on the next episode, and follow us and like, comment on all our social media platforms. Thank you very much, and this is where I say bye-bye.